Lucky number 8. Lucky Asian number.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, welcome to episode 8 of the Prostreet Talk podcast. We're here with Henry of MotorLab. We've also got Anth joining us here. Thank you for jumping on with us.
Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, so
You mentioned lucky number 8 is a lucky Asian number, so that's a
Lucky
bit
Asian
of a
number,
coincidence.
Man. Yeah.
So where did it all start, man?
Yeah,
what
where did it all-
got you into cars and what got you here?
What got me into cars probably would have started around when I was probably like 9, 10 years old. Just like everyone, Fast and Furious movies and all that stuff. My cousin back then had a FCRX7. I used to hear all the turbo noise. I thought it was pretty cool. And we started going back then to auto salon. So he used to pick me up. Used to go to auto salons.
back in the day, auto salon.
Yeah, man. It's completely different now, but I don't know, it's pretty
We
cool.
touched on that actually in an earlier episode. I think we were talking with Ertan about like one of the last auto salons is like they had at the exhibition building. Showgrounds.
Yeah,
Melbourne
Melbourne
Showgrounds. Yeah, big thing back in the day for those that don't even know what it is. Because a lot of people actually don't even know like what the whole auto salon craze is.
It was a vibe, man. Like, they had DJs there. There was just,
You have to be there to be part of it.
DJs, girls walking around half naked.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So after that, so your cousins got you into the cars, and what was your first car?
I had an S13. So I got that when I was 16. Bought it off the trading post. You guys remember the trading post?
I remember the
Yep.
training post.
Were you born yet?
Nope, probably not.
Yeah, found it in the trading post in a paper. Back then, that was $5,500 for an SRNA. So I just got my license when they brought in the P-plater restrictions. So obviously you couldn't drive a turbo. So it was between an S13 or an EG.
Are you talking about your learners or your Ps?
Oh, these are my learners actually.
Yeah.
But then obviously when I got my Ps, it would have been the restrictions.
So manual S13?
Yes, manual. It was either that or it was going to be a Honda EG Civic.
Okay.
Yeah. But back then when I was like 15, 16, all my mates in high school and that, we always talked about drifting. That's kind of where I kind of started out as well. So I got into drifting at a young age. Used to take the car out, cut a few laps. And then...
in Mexico.
Yeah.
In Calder Park, as we call it. Yeah.
Throughout high school, man, like I just was really interested in cars. So I got that car when I was actually 15.
Yep.
And all I wanted to do was just tinker around with it, pull shit apart, put it back together. Couldn't really stay focused in school. So back in high school, one of our electives was an automotive like subject where we go off site and we learn about cars, theory and practical. And I'd done that, and then just driving around my L's in the S13 with my dad. My dad was pretty chilled, so like he'd let me boot it a little bit. Went and done some hill runs as well. I'd just drive into random places and there'll be like hill runs.
Just on the learners with dad.
Yeah. Me and another mate of mine, he'd take his dad as well. He had a KE70. So we used to like bash through the hills with our dads in the passenger seat.
So what do you mean?
That's bad.
You mean you used to drift through the hills with your old man in your car?
Not drift. We'd drive.
So gay.
We'd drive spiritedly, and my dad would be like, "Look, at least my dad's there. Being somewhat responsible."
Hit Black Spur up, go King Lake,
We did King Lake. Yeah, both of us with our dads in the car. And I think the way my dad saw it is, if I'm able to do this now, like drive and learn the roads, when I'm on my own, he knows I'm going to go do this shit. So
like normal 16-year-olds are at like the arcade playing Initial D and you're actually doing it.
yeah.
True, that's one way to look at it.
So that was obviously VCAL at school. Because
Yes,
I'd done
VCAL.
the same thing. That's how I know about that.
Yeah. Well, it was every Wednesday. I did it with two of my mates, so I'm actually still pretty close to them now. They'd they get dropped off or catch the bus to my house. We'd catch the bus, go to VCAL. It was down at Northlands.
Yep.
And man, actually learned quite a bit there.
It was something you actually like focused on, like, you know what I mean? Like it was something you were passionate about. So it's not like you're sitting in math class or whatever. It's like you're doing automotive, you're learning, you're actually embracing everything they're teaching you, and
yeah.
and it it's got you to where you are now.
Yeah, like, that's all I wanted to do, man. Like, in class, I just wasn't focused. I didn't really care about it. I just wanted to go home and tinker with my car. And I don't know, man, just as a kid, you don't have any money. But you're just sitting around looking at parts, all the shit you can do, man. Like, you got an S13, like, the parts list for them are endless. So you're like, I want to do this, I want to buy that and put that on there. And it got to a point where, like, I started driving the car a little bit harder on my L's. And at that point, my dad was like, all right, can you just, like, go to a racetrack? He goes, is there a racetrack you can go do your shit at? And I'm like, yeah, they have, like, drift day. Like, Vic Drift was doing, like, you know, Winton, like...
What sort of time frame are we looking at here?
This was 2007, 2008.
So this is like the drifting stuff starting to kick off in Australia?
No, I reckon it was already kicked off.
It was already kicked off?
Yeah, it already kicked off.
2007, I wasn't even in school yet, just keep in mind. So I was like, that's how long ago we're talking. So... Yeah,
and so I started doing that. So I done 2 drift days in my S13. And then my dad's like, you know what, man, like, you're going to wreck this car. Like, this is the car that gets you around. And I was still probably 17 then. And he goes, man, let's just get a really cheap car. And at this point, I dropped out of school. I'd just become an apprentice mechanic, just at like a normal shop. And back then, man, like making like $250 a week. So, you know, with that kind of wage, it's really hard to purchase anything nice. So I got a 31 Skyline.
There you go.
Yeah.
The Japanese VL.
Yeah, that was my first full-blown drift car, like drift pig that like I did not care about.
How long did you have that for?
I had that for like probably about a year and a half. So I gutted that whole car down to like a bare shell.
Yeah.
So
hold on, R31 Skyline, not Pintara.
The 31 Skyline Series 3. So it had like the nice round tail lights and stuff. I actually ripped the RB30 out.
What'd you put in it?
Twin cam.
I put in an RB20.
We're done, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
I was young, yes. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't want to use this motor because they sound like shit.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Hang on. Single cams.
Single cam RB30s. Like remember, I don't have a lot of money.
When you throw a fuck ton of money at them, they sound good.
They do. So hang on, are you the type of bloke that just puts twin cams in everything?
I'd prefer to do it.
So you'd put a twin cam in a VL?
If the customer allows me to, and if they have the budget for it, yes.
That's disgusting.
Just a hater over here.
Insert Borat like high five.
I feel this podcast is going to go against me a lot today.
This is a everyone versus Anth podcast.
Yes. So you put the RB20 in that.
I put an RB20 in it. Yeah, like you know when you're drifting, yeah, man, everyone's bashing. Because I'm young, I'm young, and I actually don't know a lot.
So what class were you drifting in? Like, we'll go a bit more specific.
Back then, they had. Actually, when I started, there was no classes.
Yeah.
It was just open.
It was open track. So I went out on this RB20. I went out probably 180 kilowatts, which was plenty back then. And the only way I got better at driving was being chased down by all like the drivers that were better. So I'm on the track and
it's putting pressure on you.
All I'm trying to do is get away from them. And then, yeah, I actually eventually got better. And then I ended up ploughing that car into a wall.
At Winton?
At Winton.
Yep.
Are we talking about the skid pan, like smashed into the metal barrier, or
it was on that main straight. So I'd flicked one way and it didn't come back the other way, and I just went head on to the wall.
Nice.
So you've come around like the chicane, like the S bend, and then you've come up and just gone whack.
Yeah, that hurt. And then, so that was the end of that.
So later's R30, or R31, sorry.
Yep. Then I got a 32. So I kind of got a bit more money saved up. Got a 32. Still an RB20.
So is this like a two-door? Like a coupe 32?
Yeah.
Not a four-door?
Nah, two-door. Four-doors are just weird, man. they look a bit weird.
They are strange seeing four-door Skylines.
They are. I hope no one's watching this and getting offended.
No, they're shit house. Straight out.
But that 32 actually, that was probably like the longest track car I had, man. I had that for a good 5 years.
Yep.
Went through many different engine combos, and all of this was while I was still an apprentice.
That's what I was about to ask you. So where are we situated at this stage of your life with the business and work and...
Business hadn't even come into it yet.
Yep.
So being an apprentice still, I'd moved between a few places. I did work at a few performance shops as well. I won't mention how many different shops I worked in, but I'd say about 3 performance shops.
Yep.
So I did pick up a bit of knowledge from there. And look, the guys I worked for, they were great, man. They actually gave me shop space. They allowed me to work on the car there as well. Helped me out with some parts along the way to get me out there. And then, I drove the RB20 setup for a while. Got it to about 260 kilowatt. Done a comp in it.
Yeah.
Done 2 comps.
At Winton comps or...
Colder comps.
Yep.
So Vic Drift back then?
Yeah, Vic
So is this
Drift
when Chunga was heavily involved in it, like doing a lot of stuff?
Yeah. He was just starting to be more heavily involved. This is a bit before when Chunga kind of got into it. But yeah, I've done that for a bit with the RB20 setup. And then one of the last places I was working at, Edge Motorworks.
Oh yeah, Barry.
Yeah, Barry. He had an RB26 sitting around. And I don't know, I guess because I was doing well there, he gifted me a 26.
What are we talking? Forged bottom end, stock?
Yeah, look, Barry actually taught me how to build engines.
Yep.
So thanks, Barry, for that. It's kind of brought me a long way.
So Edge Motorworks in Albion.
Yeah, Barry's really showed me the ropes on modifying cars, Evos, 2Js, like the whole lot.
He does it all, yeah, so...
Yeah, he does do it all.
We'll wait till the compressor probably kicks out.
Fucking compressor.
I know, right?
Sorry for that interruption, that was the air compressor. So,
workshop
RB26.
Yeah, he gave me a 26, taught me how to build motors, and that was one of the first motors I put together myself. He even gifted me a turbo as well. Back then, it was a Precision 6262, and that went on to make like close to 400 kilowatts. And
fuck, that would have been massive power, man. Full like colder and heat.
Yeah, there was a 6 hour.
And even back then, that's like plenty of power.
That was that was about 2012, 2013.
Yep. And who was tuning the cars for you back then?
Back then, so Barry had a dyno in his shop, and that was tuned by Gian.
Yeah.
E-tuner, EMS. So he was the original. That's the confusion that people used to get back then, because he used to call himself E-tuner.
Yep.
And then you've obviously got the other E-tuner. So there was a bit of confusion with those two guys back then, but so he tuned my car back then. And that way, 390 kilowatt, and I've done probably about 4 track days in that setup. Then I broke an oil pump.
Nice. How'd you go with the comps? Did you finish decent?
I didn't do any comps with the 26. I just pretty much just went out there and blazed tyres, which was expensive because, that much power. I was going through, I think they done the first Drift X when I had that. So Drift X was open track, 2 days, no sessions, and you just go out and just
do what you want.
Just go out and blaze, I think one weekend, man, I went through 14 pairs of tyres.
Fuck. Did you have a sponsorship on the tyres as well, or?
Not on the tyres. I did have Martini Racing come on board with all my fluids and stuff.
Martini Racing actually follow the page. Shout out to them.
Yeah, really. Shout out to Martini Racing.
I still use their fluids. So Dan's always come around topping up my oils and that.
Yep.
So he's been great, man. From way back then up until now.
So where are we talking now? At this stage, did the business thought start coming into it?
Slowly, yeah. So after the whole drifting thing.
So this is around 2012, 2013 now.
Yeah, I've broken all pump. You know what, man? I'm done with drifting. It's getting expensive.
And very quick.
Yeah, and, I was getting older, and all I had to show for myself was a clapped out drift car. A few years later, actually, I ended up having a kid.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh man, got responsibilities now. So at the time, I was still working for Barry's, and I was, like, man, I got to do something. Yeah, like I was doing so much work there. I was actually handling a lot of the jobs on my own. I'm like, man, I reckon I can do this. I started doing a few mates' cars at home in the backyard. And then...
What was, like, the sort of first car that, like, you did from... Are we talking about, like, little stuff for your mates, like doing mods and stuff like that? Or are you talking, like, let's pull the motor out, let's pull it down, we'll build it for you, let's go?
Yeah, man, I was doing like, my mate's drift cars. So one of the boys had a K70 with a C18. Pulled that apart, gave that a freshen up. I was actually done a few GTRs.
Yep.
So
32s?
Yeah, 32s.
33s as well?
Not yet. Not yet. We've done 33s, but back then not so much.
Well, you weren't a marine mechanic, so...
Nah,
Yeah.
not a marine mechanic.
CK will love hearing that.
Always listen to 33s, this guy.
Yeah, what's your problem with R33s,
what would you go, 32 or 33 GTR? You have to choose right now.
32.
Case closed, man.
Oh, I know. I
about-
folded.
I like all GTRs.
What
I don't
about
really
Paris
care.
Hilton or Kim Kardashian?
Oh, neither.
Are you going to go one?
No, neither.
God, what?
Am's just going to automatically tick Kim Kardashian?
Yeah.
Because...
So Kim Kardashian is like a 32 GTR? Nah.
Neither of them.
No.
Neither of them.
Wouldn't even go to...
Yeah, so you're doing a few of your mates' cars?
Yeah. Done quite a few of them. And then I was doing them at home,
Yeah.
out in the parents' backyard, and had one of the neighbours report me into the council.
It sounds like Frank.
Yeah.
Plugs.
There was a bloke down the end of my street. He used to ride past on his push bike and like have a look in, see what I've got. And then my dad seen that he got the letter from the council operating illegal business out of home, all that stuff.
How many cars would you have there at one time?
3, 4.
Yeah.
Big, like decent sized backyard. Like I wasn't having cars on the street.
Yeah.
But I was having like loud straight pipe cars, and I was trying to keep the noise down, but
Can't when you got a straight pipe.
nah, people were just too nosy.
And you were a qualified mechanic at this stage as
Yeah,
well?
I was qualified. And so when I was at Barry's, I got my qualification.
Yeah.
Because all the other places I'd worked at, they weren't signing me on. They were just like wasting my time. So Barry did a lot for me.
Yeah.
So
And you still keep in touch with Barry and all that?
not so much. I see him here and there,
Yeah.
but we're all busy with life now.
Yeah,
and-
that's it, yeah. You've had a kid now as well?
Yeah. So at that point, my dad's like, man, just get a shop.
Yeah.
Lucky enough, I was a bit nervous still, yeah. Cause like,
How old were you at this stage?
I was 24.
Yeah.
So,
So 24, about to go buy or rent your first factory and really hit the ground running pretty much?
well, I got fortunate enough to link up with Tuned by Anton.
Yep.
So he had a shop in Campbellfield, and at this point, he was transitioning, going from being a mechanic / tuner into full-time tuning. So he had the whole workshop space available, and he pretty much just goes, "Try this out, man. Like, here's the shop floor. I'll do all the mechanical work. He does the tuning." And yeah, actually, it kicked off all right. I actually had a bit of work on. He'd get some tunes in, and if there was any dramas with the tuning, he'd handball it over to me. We did that for about a year. And then as it went on, I got this place, and the lease was, coming up on the other place in Campbellfield. And then I pretty much just go to him like, "Do you want to just keep this going, and we'll move into this joint?"
So how long were you in that Campbellfield factory for?
About a year.
Around a year,
Yeah.
And so what was the year you moved into this place? So this is where we currently are now in Ravenhall.
Yeah, 2018, December 2018, we moved into here.
So how the name, at this stage, was the name MotorLab started yet? Like how that?
Yeah, so that name MotorLab, I think, started in 2016.
Yeah, so when you were back at your old man's joint?
Back when my man's
Yeah.
joined, I was kicking back with a mate of mine, and we were trying to come up with a name. Like, we just
It's like trying to search up custom plates to make for your car. It's like you just sit there, it's like, what do we call it?
pretty much, man. Like, me and my mate were just sitting there tinkering with his K70, and we just like look. Yeah, you just like scan around. You just look at signs or any kind of lettering, and you try
Yeah.
to put something together. And there was like some shopping bag on the ground that said laboratory. I'm like, lab, motor, lab.
And then
MotorLab. It just had a ring to it.
Yeah.
So that's a story behind that.
So so you moved into this factory where we are at the moment, Beretta Drive, and moved out to the west, mate. So
I came to the west. But at that time, there was about a 6-month downtime because this place was actually still getting built.
Yeah.
So Anton at the time had to move his dyno out of that factory, and I was doing work at another location. I was actually taking cars to another location. Every time I had to do some work, I'd pick the car up. Had my old SS back then, car trailer. I'd pick a car up from the customer, drive it out to this workshop, do the job on it, drop it back off, and I did that for 6 months.
Far out. It's a proper hustle in there, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Just got to get shit done.
Yeah.
That's it.
So then eventually got the keys to this joint, and I think within the first day, man, there was probably 6 tow trucks outside.
Yep.
Just dropping cars off one by one.
And what cars we talking? You always done the JDM stuff, or you moved into V8s, or?
It always, the Jap stuff always stuck with me because of what I've been around and I guess what I'm known for. It did start off with a lot of SRs, RBs, and then the JZs started getting involved.
Yep.
And then, I don't know, it's weird because whatever car I seem to own at the time, those kind of cars start rolling through. So at the time I had an SS, a VU SS Ute. So I'd done some LSs, and then after that, what'd I get? I think I had a Barra.
Yeah.
Got an XR6 turbo. And I was doing a few Barras. So it's weird, whatever car I owned at the time, they kept coming through. So I went and got a Evo after that as well.
And then you started getting Evos.
Then the Evo started rolling through.
So it's whatever had the big MotorLab sticker on at the time, sort of people go, oh, he works on these, cool.
Yeah, I guess so, man. Or people just, they come through for a quote and they see what's in the shop and okay, he does this, so we'll give him that.
And there's one of everything. The show's
Yeah.
he does a bit of everything.
So people probably can't see on the camera, but I can see you've got all little setup bays and stuff like that. So you guys do everything in-house. We're talking fabricating,
Yeah,
fuel lines.
we do fabricating, engine building. We did do the tuning here. So when Anton was here, he's obviously moved out to his own premises now.
But you still use Anton?
Yeah.
And you can organise that for the customer if they come in?
Yeah. So if I'm doing a whole build on the car, if I've put it together, I'm always out there making sure everything's all, running good. And if there's any dramas, I'm onto it straight away.
Are you pretty flexible with customers? Say if a customer wants to go to another tuner or stuff like that, you work hand in hand with other people, or?
It's got to be, for me, I got to have a bit of trust in them too.
Yeah.
If I've never heard of them, I do get a bit funny.
Yeah.
But these days, man, a lot of tuners that most people bring up are pretty reputable. So I don't have much of a problem.
That's the thing. Tuning's massive, yeah. You could be the best engine builder in the world, but if you get that motor in the wrong tuner's hands, you could be in trouble.
Yeah, not saying there's bad tuners out there, but there's I don't know, because I've worked with Anton for so long, he kind of knows how I've put motors together. He knows my setups. I know how he likes the car set up as well. So I do it how he likes to tune with him. And yeah, we just don't have any dramas really.
Yeah, yeah. So what would be your favourite car that's come through the door? One that springs to mind straight away.
Oh, we've had a few, man. We've built a few cars that have been built, gone out racing, and they've either gotten over the car and moved on, or they've just gotten rid of the cars, I guess.
So obviously you were saying earlier you've worked with a few GTRs.
Yeah.
How do you, the old rivalry, GTR Evo rivalry, what's the difference between them? And if you could, what do you prefer to start off with?
Okay, personally,
Yep.
I prefer an Evo.
Yep.
They're just a bit more of a tighter car to drive around. You can put power behind them. They look good. They're not as old as a 32 or a 33.
Yeah.
No one's touching 34s yet. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Who's affording a 34 these days? But I've just got a big soft spot for Evos.
What kind of power figures are we getting out of them now? I don't know much about them, to be honest. But obviously, coming from the RB being a 6-cylinder to Evo being a 4-cylinder, and technology coming so far, you could pretty much say they're on par. Is that true?
Oh, look, it is easier to make power with a GTR.
Yeah.
Having those 2 extra cylinders.
Yep.
And most GTRs as well, when we were tuning rear-wheel drive. So, you know, you'll be getting a cleaner number out of them. With the Evos on the dyno, like, look, I say this to Anton all the time, but his dyno, he's going to hate me for this, his dyno just reads weird. Like, any Evo that goes on there, it seems to only make, like, that one number, but you put it out in the street, and those cars making the same numbers, one will just walk above, like, 5 car lifts.
Yeah.
So sometimes it does come down to, like, say, a tyre transfer case, or his dyno just needs some work.
So with the Evos, you can't do the GTR flick with the switch where it's 2-wheel drive. And,
They don't work like that.
So so if you want to rip skids in an Evo, you can't. No.
I'll say you can't. I think someone in Japan's done it. No, that was in a Subi, I'm pretty sure.
Thinking of Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift now.
I think
oh, yeah, he's drifting around that Evo. They fucking lied again.
They did do a Subaru.
I don't know what's more unrealistic, drifting an Evo or, like, you know, flying cars in outer space and shit.
Drifting an Evo.
Of all the cars I had to pick, though, I had to pick a fucking, what was it, a red Evo 7.
Yeah, well, didn't they have that yellow thing as well? Oh, no, that was
Too Fast and
Furious.
That wasn't even an Evo, that was a Lancer.
It looked weird.
I don't know much about him, man. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, you just got to jump in a quick one.
I did.
Actually, he did a roll
racing. I'll shout out to James. Quick 9.
Oh, Quick 9.
Made 500 kilowatt, and it did feel like a true 500 kilowatt car.
Yeah, no,
the GTR would have got him that I had. But
yeah, the difference is your GTR had 600 kilowatt.
That was a well-built car. The original owner of that car actually used to be behind my factory.
So who built that car?
That was built by a bunch of guys that just tinker with cars, man.
Man, it actually went well. Like, dude, he jumped out the hole, and obviously being H-pattern manual as well, it was actually a nice car to go in. That's the first Evo I've ever been in.
Yeah.
We actually raced an FG, like, he was gone. If you haven't seen the vlog, you can jump on and see the vlog. But yeah, it was thanks to James again for the ride in the Evo. It was actually pretty cool. But
pretty quick car, and I've seen that car. It's actually been quite reliable, man.
Do you think it made more than 500 kilowatt?
I reckon it's probably sitting on about that low 500s from what I can see.
It did feel good.
Yeah, especially that turbo setup too. I'm pretty sure he's still a 2-litre.
Yeah, pretty sure he is.
I think he's standard stroke, he was telling me.
Yeah, still a 2-litre, G35 1050, I believe.
So you got a few cars roll racing while we're on that?
Yeah, man.
Car springs to mind is a red Evo. What's the plate? It was like, or something like that.
Yeah, it's funny how that car got that name. If you ever talk to the guy, that's all you hear from him.
Oh, huh? What did you say?
Yeah, he's an import. So
quick car. I've seen it out of roll racing events. I've seen him cruising it on the street.
What power figures we talking out of that?
Well, based on Anton's dyno, it's 350.
Yep. And obviously far from it.
We don't know, man. Like that car's been out roll racing, and as far as we know, man, he's raced a mate of his that supposedly has like 560 kilowatt and gets him. So
what has been the quickest car that's rolled out of this factory?
Quickest. Well, we did do a GTR,
of course,
a few years ago. We actually went up to Cootamundra. The GTR challenge.
Festival, yeah.
No, the challenge at Cootamundra.
Yeah.
That was a car that I built, I think, in like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it was a rolling shell. Like the week before the GTR challenge, and then I think we just said, yeah, fuck it, let's just do it.
Just send it.
Like the motor was on the stand. We had a few complications. I don't think I slept much for those 3 days. So built the motor, dropped it in the car, fabbed it, tuned it, went to Cooter, and then I think on the second day it went 9.7.
At Cootamundra?
Yeah.
Yep.
So it was a H pattern, dog box. Man.
What turbo, what setup? Like, can we deep dive
2.8 stroker, 76, 75 turbo, and like 44 pounder boost.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So have you got any specific brands that you use, like bottom end or stuff like that? Or
yeah, we use a lot of Nitto.
Yep.
Bottom end.
Yep.
Rotating components. We've used also PPM.
Yep.
Rods. So they're a company here in Melbourne.
Yep.
They're pretty good. So this Supra back here, this one's running like the PPM rods. Got a few Evos running those as well. But yeah, most cars is Nitto bottom ends, Calford valve trains.
Touch a bit more on this Supra then, since you bring it up. What are we talking? What's the setup in it?
So it's still a 3-litre stock crank, billet caps, rods, pistons, springs. It's running a fuel tech,
Yep.
which is a bit different to most of the other cars that we do. And it's just got a 71 mil precision.
Power?
Best it done with the turbo puffing out was 757 kilowatts at the wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah, so about 1,015 horsepower.
And has he raced it or
Just roll racing.
Just roll racing.
Yeah, just roll
And it's
racing.
been pretty competitive.
It's done all right.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's done all right. I think it got an Audi R8 last time
Yep.
at the rolls. He did attempt to do drags, but he got too excited and broke the tail shaft on the drive shaft on the burnout. So he had to call it a day.
So you mentioned it's got a fuel tech. You don't usually use fuel techs? Like, what's the computer you lean to?
Oh, we use a lot of haltechs.
Yeah.
Just personal preference, really, man. Like, not saying there's anything wrong with them.
Customer choice to go with the fuel tech?
Nah, not really. Oh, a bit of yes, bit of no. I think at the time when fuel tech was first hitting the scene in Australia,
Is that like a 550 or 600 or?
this is a 600. It's got 600 in this.
Yep.
I think we just wanted to try it out, really, man. So we'd purchased 3 of them. So one went into this car, and then one went into an S14. No dramas, man. They work fine. They do the job. This thing's got 12 injectors, stage pumps. It's got EMAP sensors, EGTs, like the works. Anything that the tuner needs to see, he can see it.
Yeah, yeah. And haltech works pretty well with the Evos as well.
Yeah,
By the sounds of
haltech
it.
works well, man. Haltech works well. They're plug and plays because Evo looms are, they're messy. Just to do a custom loom in an Evo, man, it's a real, tricky job.
Oh, nice. So, what is your opinion on the whole car scene at the moment? Like, do you feel roll racing starting to take over drag racing? Because me personally, I think that's the way it's going. And the owner of a car who I wouldn't mind start racing, it's like roll racing is where it's at.
It is, man. Like, it was hard to get a lot of customers, to get out there and drive their cars. I'd always get, I just spent so much money, I don't want to break the car, but man,
Sort of just got to go out there.
But what they're doing out there on the streets is like, it's no different to roll racing.
That's what I was about to get at. So let's put it in perspective. Like, for me to go run my car down the quarter mile, right? Got a power glide in it. Going to hit that power glide. Going to hit the trans brake, do the burnout, cook in the converter, roll back on the trans brake again. Hopefully you launch, you don't break nothing. That's it. If you make it down the end of the track, you run a good time. Roll racing, dude, you roll through the beam. What do they do? 40 Ks.
Yeah, 40 roll-ons and
Whack the throttle.
And exactly what you said, man. It's no different to doing a hit down Deer Park bypass or
exactly, man. And
In Mexico.
a lot of guys, man, they were like, "Oh man, I don't want to drive the car too hard." I'm like, guys, you're doing
You
it.
literally do it around the corner from here in Mexico. Like,
What's the difference?
yes.
And it'll be pretty cool to see. I actually did mention it in the roll racing chat, and no one actually said nothing, but it'll be pretty cool to see roll racing event on a prep track like they do up at Sydney. Because,
Dude, the track here is shocking. Like,
Well-
Calder's it's easy to get to.
Yeah.
Friday night,
But
man.
that's the thing as well. It's like the atmosphere with Calder. Like, you go there and it's just like,
That's-
you get the vibe from it.
Yeah, well, having those cars, man, it kind of, after the last few events having these, twin turbo V10s coming out, it has intimidated a few of the, guys around here that have, less power and still H pattern.
But then it's the same feeling that everyone was copying when there was quick GTRs and Evos and everyone in rear-wheel drive cars was just blazing their tyres.
Well, nowadays, you go to the roll race, man, every car's actually putting out some decent power.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed, man, but like,
Some serious cars there.
most
man.
guys are minimum 400 there.
yeah.
Like,
And all-wheel drive.
yeah.
That's another thing.
Well, it's like the quickest rear-wheel drive car there that there was that weekend.
a VH.
100%. Was 100% Justin Supra. Have you seen that grey one? The one that had the Outlaws on it. That grey one. It was doing like 160 mile an hour.
Didn't the Garage Works boys VH, that come
That was
third?
Good. Yeah, that came.
I thought
Yeah, that
second,
came
yeah.
Was it second or third?
Yeah, that came second. That VH,
Yeah.
like that VH was pretty quick as well.
Who was driving it?
I don't know. One of the brothers from...
One of the brothers
Yeah.
for sure.
If it was Mo, he's a nut of a
Nah, it
driver.
wasn't Mo. I think it was the younger brother.
It was
Mo
one
was
of
the
them.
younger one.
It was SLE 747. That's what the
Yeah,
plate was.
like
on.
that's a quick car, man.
Quick car, but I reckon that Supra would have had it.
Yeah.
I reckon that Supra would have had it.
Yeah, no,
And
he's
who built that
pretty quick.
Supra?
I don't know, to be honest. But
I'm pretty
the
sure
owner's
it's
Justin.
I'm pretty sure it's
His
home
name?
built.
Home built.
Pretty sure it's home built.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah, so shout out to Justin. He's got a quick Supra.
That is a
Probably-
quick. This actually raced it.
And how'd it go?
Yeah, Justin whooped him.
Yeah.
Like took him by like almost like a quarter of the track.
So, like, not trying to be... Like, obviously you can get billet blocks and all that for the Lancer, but for the average Joe, like,
You just call it a Lancer.
the Evo. Sorry.
Oh,
Wow.
Wow.
Told
So
you I'm
that's
not
the end
into
of
it. I
this
wasn't
episode.
pointing at that. I was just saying in general for the Evos.
Technically, yeah, it is.
I'm going to have a lot of hate for this.
this.
Lancer Evolution. Yeah.
Like, surely they could be competitive with these Lambos and all that are coming out.
Oh, for sure.
It's how deep your pockets are, I guess, yeah?
Oh yeah, like towards the end of the year, we've got some cars coming out of here that will give these guys a good run.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I you know what, I guarantee it, man. 2 Evos coming out of here is going to give these twin turbo Lambos a good run.
Are we
Yeah.
talking like Evo 5, Evo like early?
Well, one's about one sitting over there, which is just an Evo 8.
Yep.
And the next one is an Evo 9 wagon.
yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are we
Nice.
talking about? Can we talk, like, can we go into depth billet blocks or stuff like that, or?
So one's still a cast block.
Yeah.
But full concrete.
Yeah.
And that's
So race car shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forward facing, nitrous, sequential, the works.
So he's not going to street drive it much, or well full.
Can still be
concrete?
street driven.
Yeah.
Well, we've done another Evo previously. That was street driven with full grout. That had no dramas. That's another car we actually took up to Cootamundra as well.
What's the most you've seen out of these blocks?
We've seen guys in Sydney, obviously.
Non-concrete. No concrete.
No concrete.
No bullshit, no stories, like...
I don't know, man. 600, 650.
Yeah, yeah.
How long? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
The biggest issue is head sealing. Because, these Evos make big power, man. They're throwing a lot of boost into them.
Yeah.
We've thrown 65 pound into these.
Fucking hell.
Fucking Jesus.
Yeah.
And it took it.
And it's just the head lifting. That's the only issue.
They're all fire-ringed and half-inch head studs and
Yeah.
120 foot-pounds of torque on the head bolts. But it holds up. But man, at the same time, you're pushing the shit out of these motors. Yeah, nothing lasts forever.
Yeah.
That's even something like Rocky touched on. You're
Yeah.
going to beat on a motor for ages. It's not going to last. You know what I mean?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Everyone will talk about the good stuff. How their car goes, much power to make. No one's ever gonna jump online going, "Hey, I just split my block."
Exactly.
No one's parading that around.
Unless you're Troy Segura.
True.
True. he doesn't care, man. He's
Yeah, but at least he come out and said it. He split a bore at fucking 56 pound of boost and like...
He
you don't
only
hear
wanted
that.
54.
Yeah,
it is what it is, man. Like you're pushing it. Like no one's going, "Oh, that's a shit build."
exactly.
Dude, it's a cast block, man, that you've just sent to the moon. Have you seen the size of the turbo at me?
Yeah. Sucks little kids in.
Yeah. so things break, man.
Since roll racing has been taken off in Victoria, have you noticed your business model has changed a little bit?
More people wanting to go fast.
Yeah, do people actually come in and say, "Hey, Henry, I want a quick roll racing car," not like how it used to be, "Hey, dude, I want to go run a 9-second pass"?
No, not really. I don't think it's really changed that much. What I was getting a bit of back then was people wanted to build their cars for the gram.
Is that a Lancer thing, Bart?
I wouldn't say Lancer thing. I'd say it's like a 180 SX
I should
thing.
stop, shouldn't I?
This thing gonna start losing viewers.
I'd say it's like a Sil 80.
No,
fucking-
it's more of like, I want my car to shoot flames. It's like, what are people building cars? Like, why, man?
Do you like the spark plug on the exhaust?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I'm against that. I'm actually against that, man.
Flame kits, bro. Dude, flame kits.
If your car shoots flames, it shoots flames, great. Like, why force it?
Oh, fuck.
Because Johnny Tran does it.
P-plate things.
I don't know, man.
Johnny Tran.
It was cool then, but like I don't know, man. I've probably grown out of it.
Yeah.
Put your car in the 85, put it on super rich, and just fucking hope it shoots a flame then, and fuck off.
What are you getting out of it?
Nothing. Fuel consumption.
Well, talk about different cars and all. Like, So the whole roll racing thing, like I said earlier, and Evos and stuff, it's all very new to me personally.
Yeah.
And I find like the Evo stuff and like the Euro stuff kind of crosses over with each other. Is that something that you agree on or you disagree on? Like, what's your opinion on that?
Two different things.
Yeah, completely different.
In my opinion, yeah. It's completely different, man.
Do you get much much Euro stuff coming in here, or
Not much, man. I have tinkered with them,
Yeah.
but man, they got too much going on personally. Like, for me to like work on an Evo, I can do in like half the time I would if I was to work on like a Euro car.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I've done like a few RS3s here and all that stuff, but like great car, yeah.
Yeah.
But just, oh man, too much for me.
No, that's interesting.
So it's like credit with credit's due for Euro people. Just we don't want the fucking headache.
Yeah.
Thanks. You guys can have that.
There's people out there that love them and work on them, and you know what? There's plenty of shops out there, so yeah, you can go to them.
Yeah.
But
More
man,
and more
they
popping
are
up.
quick, man. Like I actually roll raced this car at one event, and we got into like the elimination rounds, and I lined up an RS3. And I walked up like, how much power you got? He's like, 400. Like, sweet man, I've got like
Bullshit.
680 on tap, yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah, you got him.
Man, as soon as the light went green, bang, this guy jumped like, I don't know, 3 cars ahead of me while I'm there fighting for traction.
Yeah.
He was gone.
This is like a black RS3.
Yep.
I think I know what car you're talking about.
Black
Yeah.
or grey? I don't know, man. It's dark and I'm colourblind. But it was quick. No, it was
There
quick.
is a very quick black one that
I think,
goes out to
I
the roll
think the
racing.
car was from Fortune, whatever, the guy, Fortune Auto.
Because there was one that I'm pretty sure won a roll racing round, a black RS3 in Melbourne.
Black one? Oh,
It was VD Lamb or something like that.
yes. That's quick.
Yeah.
That's a quick car.
That is a very quick car.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I found out in Mexico. That is a very quick car.
Try race him.
Look, there's no
Nah,
there's no driver error.
Who said I was driving? I might have just seen it. It is a very quick car.
Let's be fair. Those cars, there's no driver error. You put your foot down. The trans is shifting for you. You just got to put your foot down and drive. Yeah,
So you're saying they're easier to drive?
it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a lot of haters for this, but man, like you
Yeah, but
honestly
it's-
just sit there and drive.
Well, do these talks still like the GTRs do?
Not as bad.
Yeah.
Like
So when you watch a GDR, like for example, you're at the top of you're at the Christmas tree watching the car go down a corner, see a GDR. Perfect example, War GDR, the white 34. Down the drag strip fucking side to side, like almost going like one lane, next lane, the fucking wall, and then gets the quarter mile, it's like 780. And this cunt's like done basically fishies down the whole lane.
well,
It's like-
you get that with 2,000 horsepower.
You get that, but like
what
even
Evo out there's
street
making
GDRs.
what Evo's making 2,000 horsepower?
Well, do you know what the most powerful Evo would be?
I think they're sitting around 1,600 horsepower.
Yeah.
And if you ever see them going down, man, they are still all over the joint.
Yeah, but you got to remember, like you said earlier, that's out of a 4-cylinder, man. Like
Yeah.
that's
It's crazy shit.
yeah. So what plans have you got coming out of the shop? You said you got those 2 Evos that are coming out that could potentially or challenge those Lambos. Or
Yeah, no, straight up there. Those guys are down, man, to like obviously go out there and, you know, make a name for themselves. But yeah, at the moment, man, just there's parts delays, sequentials are taking a bit of time to get in.
Yeah, do they tend to put like glides or turbo 400s or anything like that behind these?
Not in as a transaxle kind of setup.
Yeah.
GDR's a bit different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
being
that's-
like when you have like that kind of like, you know, transmission like setup, you can have adapter plates and run your glides and your turbo 400s. But for like a, you know, a east-west engine, you really can't.
Yeah, yeah.
If anyone wants to go like an auto in like an Evo, you can get them from, what's I call them? They have, they got auto Evos like the GDAs. There's a guy in Queensland, I believe, that's done a few autos.
And how they're not, obviously they don't react as well. You're better off just going a dog box with the Evo.
I think the guy's gone like in the 9s
Yeah,
with those autos.
so it's a respectable car.
yeah,
Yeah,
but I've never heard one. I've never heard an Evo like on like a trans brake setup or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it
Like
has
a
been
rolling
done.
anti-lag usually, or like a 2-step or something like that.
Yeah,
it's like a different world for me. Like that's why I'm asking so much questions. Like,
yeah, no,
Like, even
yeah.
for myself, I don't know much about this Evo stuff. All I know is
Yeah.
they sound sick and they go good. They look good too. They look.
Well, have you
as
ever
good
watched
as they go.
the Sydney roll races, man? There was that Koval Evo.
yeah, he's been at that Dom Rigoli, isn't it?
But at the time, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
Does he
TRP.
still own that, or-
Nah, man. I think the car's changed a few hands since then.
Yeah.
But you'd see that car, man. He'd be like losing the race. and he'd just top end, these twin turbo V10s.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's got a bit of happy gas as well. But that
The
car,
scramble button.
that car had some crazy top end though, man. And I'm pretty sure it was like 74 pound of boost through it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
So, if you could build any car, not saying you can't build it, that's what like I said to Rocky. Just someone said to you, Henry, go build what you want. I'm paying for everything, whatever. What is it?
I'm building an Evo.
Yeah, what motor?
It'd be an Evo 3.
Yep.
So like the older model. I had one of them as well. Man, I just loved like the old school kind of look, the raw feel, like just a raw feeling car, yeah. None of this, no ABS and traction control and airbags and all that stuff. Just like a lightweight, 90s car.
And like, what are we talking? What's that up? Dog box?
It'd be like a sequential,
Yeah.
Let's go all out.
something like 1500 horsepower.
Bead locks and
Just-
shit.
Yeah, man, just stupid.
Just
like
dumb.
I don't know, man. I get a thrill out of a car that like wants to kill me, if that makes sense to anyone.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I want to be scared behind the wheel.
Drive a GTR then.
They still feel quite controllable, man. Like I don't know, man.
And you've built some GTRs for here, like you mentioned previously, like that 9-second 32. So, actually, this would be good to touch on. Like, if you were to hop in an Evo, that's probably just as quick, and then hop in the Skyline, you'd probably pick the Evo. A lot.
I think just out of a preference, yeah. Like I've had a GTR as well, and
Overall driving experience.
It's one of those things. It's literally like footy. Like it's you Carlton or Collingwood. It's like you either like GTRs or Evo. It's a weird thing, isn't it?
yeah, it is. Like, look, they're both all-wheel drive, but man, building an Evo would probably be a bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Because 2 less cylinders makes a huge difference, man.
Don't have the Nissan tax.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Or Nissan dramas.
How are parts for them? Like I know what's his name? PP. Platinum Race Products.
Yeah,
PRP.
PRP. Herman. Jeez, how do I get that twisted? I'm on medication for everyone watching. So I have a bit out of it. So like, obviously he just makes anything for the RBs. Are they doing the same for the Evos?
Yeah, he's got stuff for 4Gs as well, man. He's got trigger kits, call brackets, and all that stuff. And there's heaps of other guys, in the Evo world doing components as well.
Yeah.
A lot of these companies out there with CNC machines, man. Like everyone's making something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And wiring side, do you do that in house as well?
So wiring, I have my good friend Logan from Logan Speed Shop. I don't know if you guys heard of him.
Little shout out to Logan.
Yeah, so
He won, what was it, Haltech Dealer Award of the Year last year or something like that?
yeah, I probably contributed some of it.
Contributed to his bill.
Yeah. Nah, Logan's great, man. I've known Logan ever since he first came to the country when he first moved here, and he started out drifting as well, and we had a mutual, and we drifted apart, and then once he started doing the wiring, man, we just reconnected, and ever since then, yeah, he's been in here smashing like all the wiring looms for me. He'll do anything from like a little sub loom to like a full rewire in the car.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he does some great work.
Yeah,
He's got some good cars himself. He's had some good cars.
man, he can't keep a car, that's for sure. He'll build it and sell it like the week later.
So if you're going to buy a car that's done, you want to buy it off him?
So if anyone wants to buy a Ferrari,
I'm waiting for that to come up for sale soon.
Well, he got a Ferrari, has he?
he's got this little old school Ferrari. I couldn't even tell you to make a model of it.
348, I believe
Yeah.
it is.
It's like sacked on some like skids chrome wheels and shit.
Yeah,
It's fucking pretty cool.
SSRs.
It's left-hand drive. I actually seen that car in person when he first got it. I actually had to pick up something on it. You know what it was? It was actually it's stupid enough as well. It was fucking 5x114 spaces. I went to his joint to pick up 5x114 spaces. I'm like, oh fuck, you got the Ferrari. I was like, this thing's sick.
Yeah, I remember when he was looking to purchase his next car. He's like, "What do you reckon on Ferrari?" I'm like, "Dude,
What?
he's done some cool stuff, man. Like you guys seen the all-wheel drive S15 that he done?
Is that...
He had the S15, FCRX7 as well.
Yeah,
Hang on, which S15 we're talking about?
this is the RB25 all-wheel drive S15.
With a 25 in it?
He got raffled off by Keep It Reet.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
No,
I
didn't
can't
even...
remember, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Nah, so he's done some cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
So
Talk about on that, you had an S13. Haven't they come a long way? Like, we spoke about this with Troy. I remember going to Winton and, like, blokes would be drifting S13s, like, KEs and
Now it's just
stuff
AU
like-
fucking Falcons.
Man,
Oh, man.
if you see someone drifting S13 now, it's like, what's this cunt doing, man?
Yeah, bad.
It's like,
What's
what?
wrong
It's like
with
he's
ya?
either had it for heaps of time or he's bought it because it's already a drift car.
Even, like, 180. Like, when do you see a 180 or... you don't see them anymore, do you?
You know what? To be honest, I haven't been to a drift event in a long time. The scene's changed so much.
Yeah.
I reckon it's still been about 2 years since I went last to a drift event.
It's true. It's like it's gone just like all Commodores and AUs and all that. Like, if you see someone drift a Jap car, it's like, oh, my God. What's
It's a
he
jab
doing?
car.
Yeah.
Yeah, any Jap car is like a bit of a wow factor nowadays.
Yeah,
at
it
a drift
is.
Event.
You don't even see four-door Skylines there.
No.
you rarely see them there,
Been a while since I've seen one.
let alone 33 Skylines.
Mate. People in junkyards.
Oh man, they're just the most clapped out cars.
No, just hiding in the corner at Henry's shop is keeping them safe.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Drifting's a bit weird these days for me, in my opinion. It's not like what it used to be.
Do you want to elaborate a bit more on that, or like?
I don't know, man. Maybe because I'm getting older now, but I don't know. Back then, but you'd be in the pits, you'll have drivers. It's like everyone was cool with everyone. You needed a part, you need some tools. Everyone's just kind of chill. Nowadays, I don't know what the scene is like, so I
Yeah.
can't really.
So what scene would you say you're more involved in? Just the roll racing scene now, or?
For the customers, I'd say for roll racing because majority of the cars lately that's been coming out of here have been Evos. So the roll racing's been good because it's local. They're not having to travel too far.
A bit stress-free on the driveline and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, not a lot of guys are keen to be launching them, doing drags.
You're going to have customers that are going to want to do that.
Dude, transfer cases aren't cheap for Evos, man. I just had to get one and then.
So do they build the transfer cases in these, or do you run stock?
People build them. They
Yeah.
just cost a bit. A lot of guys, they spend all the money on the motors and all that stuff, and they always leave the driveline till last. I don't
Yeah.
know why, but driveline's just as important.
100%.
You can have a 300 kilowatt Evo with sequential, and it'll probably pump a 450 kilowatt car with H pattern.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes a huge difference. So
100%.
Yeah, people don't look. And do you find a lot of people are doing that, eh? They're coming in, like, let's pump all the money in the motor. It's like, dude, what about all the stuff behind it? And
So, like, you got to future-proof everything. It's like you almost want to build your driveline first before you even want to tackle
well,
the
technically,
power.
yeah. That, really, if you're building a car properly, you think you build the driveline first, because that's the most important bit.
I've had hand brakes. I can't remember the last time I've done brakes. Do you know me?
You never see cars get, I'm going to put bigger brakes on my car.
Nah.
Bigger turbo, send.
These days they're downsized brakes so they can run 15s.
They still stop as good.
I don't know, man.
He's not the one racing, so it's not his problem.
Dude, some of these Evos down at the roll racing, they barely pull up.
Fair income.
Yeah, well, at the same time too, I don't know why they're not stopping at the time board.
They just keep going.
They keep going, man. I don't know, there's no sign saying, stop racing here. I know two of the Evos I've done, man. They've
cool if you're
gone
watching.
down the hill. They've gone down the hill. One of them
Into the sand trap, kitty litter.
One of them's pretty much ended up in the sand trap.
But it is hard to know. Like, obviously, just me being a passenger. Like, I was being a passenger. I'm not concentrating on driving. You go on that quick, you don't realise where the finish line is. So
I guess he's just trying to beat the car that you're racing.
that's the thing. And then you get G'd up and you're looking over at the guy beside you.
Yeah.
Like, we went in Scorps. If on the vlog you'll see it, and we raced that black Evo.
Yeah, you went in juniors, what's it called? More PSI.
the Scorpion, yeah.
Yeah, and we raced this Evo, and it was literally neck and neck the whole way. And
You got to the finish line, you almost had him, you were on his bumper.
Junior said the same thing. He goes, "Where the fuck was the finish line?"
How much power is that car putting out?
Oh, he probably knows more.
Probably 600.
It's gone 870. He said.
870?
Yeah.
You know that Evo he was racing is only making somewhere around 470.
I think the Evo got him off the start, but
Yeah,
Evo
I
treated
think the Evo jumped him. To be
either
honest.
jumped or treat him. But
Yeah, and then Scorps did come off early.
You
going
watch
back to
it,
what we're
like-
saying.
I did watch that.
you watch it, it's like you're watching the side frame of this window, roll racing, you should be neck and neck. And this Evo was here. It was
And then he chased
That's
him
the real
down,
thing.
and then at the end of the like you said, he was confused where the finish line was.
There's a big thing with the roll racing a few weeks back, a few roll race events back with the whole
Jumping
jumping and sandbagging as well.
Yeah.
Well, the same thing happened with Geordie with the Lambo. They
Yeah,
reckon that he
like-
jumped when Geordie from E-Tuners beat the Miss Lambo. And look, I don't know. I'm still new to roll racing. I don't really want to comment
I
on
wasn't
it
far
too
enough
much,
down the
but-
track to even see the Christmas tree. I was up at the big end, so
I just don't think they're keeping a close eye on it enough.
I reckon sometimes they're calling it too quick, or like so it's like they're calling it too lenient, or they're just not calling it at all.
So is there anything that, in your opinion, that they could do to police that a bit better?
I guess just watch the start line, just make sure everyone follows the rules, man. It's 40k, your left lane sets the pace.
Yeah.
But, you know, if left lane's like sandbagging and that right lane's trying to come up, yeah.
Honestly, I've
Because
seen.
if the right lane overtakes,
Yeah.
they automatically lose. So if the left lane starts going and then drops back for
Yeah.
whatever reason,
You
and
stuff
the right
them
lane
up.
jumps, they've already won.
Well, so then in Junior's case then,
the Evo
he-
technically should have been a jump.
well, I think he actually did, because when we come back around, we're confused on who went through. Like, there was just a bit of confusion as well. Like taking anything away from the officials at Calder on that day, but yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go too far into it. I don't want to upset anybody. But
It could be policed a bit better.
Yeah.
Like one of my other mates that was there, he was racing. He's in like a 1400 horsepower barrier,
yeah,
and he got lined up against some Daihatsu, and
how'd that go?
so he had by accident, he had his passenger window down,
Yep.
and he wasn't paying attention. They'd send the light for him to go, and then the official walked up to the barrier, put your window up,
Yeah.
and as he's putting his window up, they've sent the cars off, and he lost the race,
Yeah.
and he was eliminated.
So
And we know who's going to win that race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What car? What barrel was this?
This is Lee Pappas. He's got the BF F6, so tunnel vision built car.
Okay.
another
Lee
car.
Peppers.
I don't think he wasn't out last meet.
No.
Nah, he after what happened to
He
him,
cracked
goes,
it.
Yeah, he goes, man, it's just bullshit.
Yeah.
F6 or XR6
I believe.
Grey?
Yeah.
with the welds on it.
Yeah.
Yes, I know which car you're talking about. That's got a T56 Magnum in it. It's manual.
Yeah, it's manual.
Yeah, that's a sick car.
And I believe, like, even the boys on Nats Racing podcast, they talk about it as well. I think it's something that, I don't know, it's like... It's
hard to police.
It's new in Australia. Like, it's hard to police. Like, you see the 2K events over in America, like...
Took the
they're
words out of my mouth.
Yeah, like, they're next level over there. And I think once we maybe adopt something like that, we will get
Unless
better
there's
here,
like a
but-
judging system where you either got a laser or a camera focusing on where that light is, like it's hard to police. Unless you're going to spend heaps of money on equipment to police it, it's going to be hard. You can only just do the best that you can. You know, someone probably didn't have their coffee, someone's in the shits.
Yeah, but
It's
you
gonna
can't
be
have that
called
excuse,
different.
man, because
Exactly.
you got shop owners out here putting their heart and soul in these big dollar cars. You got customers coming in and spending money that want to be competitive.
Like we said-
that means that means something to that person. Yeah,
Like, who knows? Imagine they didn't call Geordie a jump and it was a Melbourne versus Melbourne final. It wasn't Precision Racing versus Garage Works and it was E-Tuners versus Garage Works. Who knows what could have happened?
Well, let's
we
face-
could have had Garage Works win over the R8.
Well, but let's face it, dude. If they didn't disqualify Geordie there, that would have been the biggest upset so far.
Oh, that would have been huge.
Like, Miss Lambo is the favourite. Like, TJ's car is an absolute weapon.
Yeah,
And, like,
DJ, man, fuck. That car, it's
is it TJ or DJ?
DJ.
That
DJ
car-
Skips.
that
You called him
car's
TJ in the
I call him
vlog.
TJ in the interview.
Yeah, it's literally says DJ Skips on his trailer.
And he's actually building a STO, man.
Yeah, I've seen that.
He literally told us he picked it up straight from Lamborghini in Sydney, drove it straight to Precision. It's got an all-wheel drive.
It's been converted to
conversion.
all-wheel drive, yeah.
Yeah.
Too much money, man.
Ridiculous. Oh, look,
But-
he's done well for himself.
Well,
so good on him.
he's taken that Miss Lambo, what, Queensland, South Australia.
So he's from South Australia. So
Yeah.
he's won South Australia. He's won Melbourne
Oh, hasn't
twice
gone-
now.
hasn't gone
Yeah, he's got.
Queensland
I think he said September. He's coming
for
for it.
Queensland, and
He's done Sydney.
He's
a few
done
times.
Sydney.
Even on the weekend, he went to Sydney.
Yeah, did you see he put a post up?
I didn't look too much into it, but I did see his car was.
But that's
there.
what I'm saying. Like, that could have been a big thing for Geordie to knock him off, man. Like, he's a
Well, I don't even
big
think
hitter, yeah.
Geordie's R8 was on the quickest map he could have put it on. So
Yeah.
he's just actually done the radials and the bead locks and stuff for his R8 now. So he's going to send it as much as he can.
That's still a fresh build, though, yeah?
Pretty fresh build, yeah.
Is it?
I don't know what the extent of the build is. Obviously, he's done the PR turbo kit, so precision racing. I'm assuming he's done the billet manifold and all that sort of stuff.
He did say 1400 horsepower with beadlocks and all that, but we'll confirm that in the next episode.
Yeah, so I guess we're dropping it now, but e-tuners will be... we still got a little bit till this airs, but... at the time of recording, but e-tuners, Geordie will be our next guest, so it'll be good to touch base more on the roll racing scene with him. So it's actually different for us, Anth. Like, we've done a lot of, like, you know, the Prostreet mechanical stuff like that, or people in this sort of scene, like, you know, like Ertano, we've done, you know, who was it, like Rocky's done Prostreet cars and stuff like that, and now we're actually slowly going down the route of
roll racing,
the roll racing stuff. Like, obviously, we've got heaps of quick Evos at roll racing. I remember I went to Derrimut Car Wash once. I pull in, there's like 6 Evos there, all MotorLab stickers. I'm like, nah, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm intimidated.
And that's the thing. That's why, like, some of the questions might have sounded silly to some people watching, but this is all a new scene to us. So going back to MotorLab itself, where do you see yourself in 10 years? What's the plans,
10 years, yeah. Where's the go from for the future?
Are you happy to just keep rolling like this? You want to expand? Is there something else you want to touch on?
I probably do want to, I don't know, probably put another guy on. It's just me and another bloke at the moment.
Yeah.
Be nice to put another guy on, probably get a bit more workflow happening, but we're comfortable, man. Like, we've got enough going on at the moment.
So you're pretty hands-on at the moment?
Yeah, I'm still hands-on tools, man. I'm putting motors together. I got my worker Austin. He's fabbing. He's dropping motors in, ripping motors out.
How long has he been here with you?
He's been with me in total, because he was here for a bit, then he went off, and then he's come back. I reckon probably 3 years.
Yep.
3, 4. I don't know. Hard to keep count, man. Every day feels the same for me. But nah, he's great, man. I just tell him what needs to be done, and he just gets onto it.
It's just good having a good set of hands to help you out. You know?
Yeah, man.
So.
He just knows what's going on, man. Like,
not only that, it'll help you with quality control.
Yeah.
As well.
His attention to detail is like next level. Like, his own personal car. You know, he's got an.
What's he got? So S15.
He's got an S15 with an RB in it, man. There's wire tucked, holes filled. Like, so. You know, he has that eye for it, so I can comfortably leave him to do what he needs to do.
What RB are we talking?
25.
Yeah.
25 now, makes about 400 kilowatts.
Heaps, man. S15.
Plenty.
Just a fun car, man. That sounds like fun, just even hearing what that is.
Yeah, nah, it's great, man. He's done well.
I'd love to take something like that on, like, ace carts and just, like, link the whole thing,
just link it. Just link it. Link every corner.
Just in second gear, yeah? Just pedaling it around.
Bit of sprinkle wet, like da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
That's a good fun car, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, touching on MotorLab, so is there anything you shy away from? You like sort of do everything from, like, you know, obviously you're going to do your servicing for all the cars that you build and stuff like that here, but like, do you like literally name everything that you do here? So you do your engine builds, you used to do your tunes in-house, but obviously now you go to Anton anyway, who was here.
Yep.
Like, you do gearbox builds, or do you send them off to someone? Or
I'm starting to get more involved in gearboxes.
Yep.
Only because I don't think anyone in Melbourne really does. I've got the gearbox out of this one on the bench over there.
So, like, Evo, like, what sort of gearboxes in the Evo, like?
Yeah, look, I'm started doing Evo gearboxes, man, since I've got to, do a few.
Yep.
So,
And there's a pretty good catalogue with them, all straight cut gears and stuff like that.
Yeah, PPG's got gear sets for them. So I'm going to start doing a bit of them. There's just not many people in Melbourne doing it, man, so I guess someone's got to do them.
Diffs as well?
Diffs, I got a diff guy that does my diffs.
So literally someone could drive their Lancer in and... Evo. Fuck, sorry guys. Someone could drive their Evo in and roll out with 1,000 horsepower, box done, diff done, tune, everything straight from you guys.
One-stop shop.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, you literally do it all from wiring to fab to, like, literally everything. Like you said, Logan will come in and do the wiring. You and your what's his name, Austin, your worker, do all the fab work, engine building, you'll handle all that sort of stuff, everything to get your car finished front to back and go run out at Calder and go for a cruise on the street, you cover it all.
Pretty much, man. Like, I've got as well Anthony from Horsepower Junkie. He does all my machining. He's been a big help. He turns over my work, pretty quick. Customers aren't waiting around for motors, so he's good with his turnaround time. No dramas, man. He does a good job. So everyone just comes together and just gets the job done, man. So it'll start with pulling it apart. Anth will get it. He'll do his machining side of things. I'll assemble it. Austin whacks it in, plumbs it, fabs it. Anton tunes it, and then we're done.
Yeah, and like
And obviously, yeah, Logan in between comes in, does the wiring if it needs it, and that's it, man.
touching on brands, I know we briefly touched on PRP before, Platinum Racing Products. Do you have any other specific brands you like dealing with most? Like, do you have a specific supplier you like using for turbos? For other components, for Valtrain, you said you like using Calford, rotating assemblies, Nitto. Like, you know, what other personal preferences do you have, like yourself? Like, you know, obviously you said you prefer haltech too. Like,
Yep.
is there any other brands you like to, like, you know, to use as your go-to? Like, you know, say turbos, for example. Do you prefer like a Garrett Precision, or do you go get your turbos built?
I'm all rounder, man. It's whether it's a Garrett, a Precision, Turbo Smart. Turbo Smart have been great lately, man.
I've heard a lot of great things about them.
Yeah, man, we're making some good figures with them. So Turbo Smart. But what else are we using around here? I'm just trying to look around.
Precision.
Ever deal much
Precision.
with ProCharge in Sunbury?
Not really, man. To be honest, not really. Not a lot of these days, man. You just buy a turbo off the shelf, man.
Yeah.
Just off the shelf stuff.
Off the shelf stuff, man. They work. A lot of our local suppliers, man. We got RPM, Tuner's Edge.
Yep.
Yeah, they supply a lot of our fittings. They stock, you know, a lot of other parts that we use as well.
Great shops. Like, you know, if you're in the west, you'll hit up RPM. If you're in the north, go see Tuner's Edge, vice versa, whatever.
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
so-
Like one will have the other one. If that other place doesn't have it, the other joint will have it.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I support both guys, man. Like they've both been great to me. A few other bits and pieces, man. Like we got Golby's from Queensland. Lamb Speed Racing, he supplies a lot of my Evo stuff, a lot of my 4G stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, man. They're the main guys that, you know.
Do you do much in terms of billet stuff?
Nah, haven't really gotten up to that stage yet, man. I don't think.
Hopefully soon, maybe.
Hopefully, man. Not many people, you know, around here have that kind of deep pockets.
That's Sydney money.
That's Sydney,
That-
Sydney
That's
money
Sydney
for sure,
GTR
man.
money.
Yeah, we're not quite there yet, but we'll get there.
You're catching up. I feel like Melbourne's always 5 years behind with everything.
Yeah,
Australia's already 10 years behind America, and Melbourne's just another 5 years behind that. So we're catching up slowly.
Not in the VL scene.
Oh, with everything seen.
Not in the VL scene, mate.
well, the
Got the
Americans,
quickest
got
VLs
a lot
down
of
here.
catching up to do with the RB stuff now.
Yeah.
that they're getting it over there. Like I remember watching TRC with.
That's racing, yeah.
They built a GDR and they had this little tiny 1 litre catch can.
Yeah.
They'd done a pool and they'd filled it up. And I'm just like, man, you guys,
You don't know.
You guys have not figured that out yet.
If you know, you know, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Need the fucking milk jugs for a catch can.
5 litre catch cans, man. That's what you need for an RB.
So anyone watching who wants to hit you up, what's the best way to contact you?
Either through our socials on Instagram, which we're pretty active on.
Yeah.
Look, I find that Facebook's died off a little bit, man. I'm not getting too much on
Instagram's sort of the go-to.
Instagram's kind of really kicked it off for me, man. So yeah, contact me through there or just give me a call, drop by the shop, and we just have a
5
chat.
days a week, 6 days a week. What is it?
5 days a week, man. 9 to 5. You know,
Monday to Friday.
I've stopped doing those graveyard hours.
Charge shift.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's it takes a toll on the body, and you know the missus isn't happy that I'm not coming home on time.
Done. Anyone like to thank?
Yeah, man. Well, a lot of the guys that obviously keep this shop going. Big thank you to Austin, man. He's pretty much carries his shop when I'm busy doing other stuff. So without him, man, cars wouldn't be getting out on time. Anthony Horsepower Junkie, getting all the motors done.
The guy who does your diffs, if you want to give a shout out to him as well.
Yeah, Con does my diffs. If you even watch this stuff,
You never know, you might now.
Yeah, no, he's done a few diffs for me. Anton at Tune by Anton for all the tunes, man. He's been doing well, man. Over the
Coming
years.
close to 10 years of probably using Anton now for all your tuning stuff.
Over 10 years.
Over
man.
10 years, yeah.
Over 10 years, man. Me and him have been going.
So
So if we've worked this long, man, it's gonna work for another 10 years.
Yeah.
your old man for driving you around in your L's in your S13.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
my old man's a big help as well for this. Like he wasn't too proud of me dropping out of school, but I think we're doing all right.
It's all worked out now.
Yeah. So my
All
parents
works out in
been
the
a big
end.
help as well, man. So
I'm done.
But yeah,
Well,
I guess that concludes this episode. So
thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate your time.
Nah,
yeah, we
I
appreciate you having us. Oh, having you on as our seventh guest, technically. Yeah, seventh guest.
Eighth.
Yeah, eighth guest on our Pro Street Talk podcast, and yeah, we touched on many great subjects, and we hope to see you out and about, maybe at the roll racing stuff, see a bit more of your cars out there. Just keep an eye out for the MotorLab sticker, maybe a couple Evos, couple VLs,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
a bit of everything.
There's some VLs.
There
in
is
the
some
mix.
VLs. I remember Morning Blues Val Calais.
Oof, yes, that
Yes.
one.
I forgot to touch on this. Might as well talk about
Yeah.
it before we
The,
go.
the manual one.
Yeah, it's a nice car.
Yeah, there's a few plans for that one. Last time I spoke.
Single cam?
It is a single cam.
Yes.
Not for long.
But he's ditching the motor last time I spoke to him.
That's a wrap, guys. Thank
Yeah,
you.
so we are actually ending the episode now. So yeah, we'll catch you all in the next one before Anth loses his shit. Take care. Stay in touch on our socials, and if you got any inquiries, send us a DM. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Good
Done.
work, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.